from the board and management that this is something which takes place every once in a while. I hope not all of you were forced to come. When I've been on the Board of Governors for close to a year now, and shortly after joining, I was asked by the governor or the chairman of the board, would you give a talk? The chairman asked, would you give a talk? It means, please give a talk. And that was months ago, right? Months ago, and I was like wondering, what on earth would I talk to this group of people about? Getting a blank check is easy. You fill it up, put as many zeros as you can, bank it in and hope it doesn't bounce. Yeah? But given a blank piece of paper and say, talk on anything, susah. Yeah? So what I eventually landed on was something which I guess is a culmination of some of the experiences I've had over the past couple of years. And hopefully it will give you some food for thought. Keep your expectations low, and I think you'll be happy. This is a tough crowd. How many students? How many undergraduates, postgrads? Students will always say, what can you possibly tell me? Right, so here I am facing all the students. Faculty will look up here and say, what can you possibly tell me that I don't know? Right? How many students in education? Alright, so these are students who are training to become teachers. Double whammy, right? What can you possibly tell me? What can you tell me I don't already know? Anyway, so we'll try. Right? So you've had a bit of my background. You're looking at this open source commitment, and you might be thinking, is this the ex-Intel engineer speaking? Or is it organizational development? I guess the answer is probably leans more to the latter, but as with all things in life, it's a mishmash. Yeah. Let's get started. Why do we do anything that we do? No, seriously, why? I'm asking. Let me hear from the students first. Why do you do anything that you do? What motivates you? Just shout it out. Passion, but why? For what?
As I'm taking history and teaching, so I'm taking it because this is my passion.
Okay, alright. You have some more? Come on, I know you had your Big Macs for lunch. Yes? Sorry? Future, so career. Lagi. Family. Can you elaborate? What do you mean by family?
I'm coming from a rich family, so I need to change my family background. So I hope that I choose education industry. I hope I will be a good lecturer one day, so I can change my family background to help them.
Yeah. Okay. Two more. Yes.
Maybe from my intrinsic motivation.
Intrinsic motivation. Okay.
My own self. I have our own goal.
Your own goals. Okay. Last one. Yes. Thank you. All the women.
Yeah, we love our life.
Love our?
We love our life.
Build our life. Okay. So to be better, to build more. Okay. Okay, cikgu, lecturers, faculty, you don't get off easy. And there's fewer of you. So, what motivates you? Why do you do anything that you do, whatever it is? Better life? Okay, yeah. Any others? Tough being the minority group, right? I'm not moving up till I get at least 2 more. Better life, okay. Next, I won't look, okay. Lagi, money, okay. Nothing to be ashamed of. Yes?
I think a combination of factors, where with, of course, the goal, the passion, the commitment, the belief that something could be better than what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No matter how tired you are, that moves.
Okay, good. So, guaranteed to come up, right? Who doesn't know what this is? Sorry? Maslow. Yeah. You know, anytime you show a triangle, 5 layers, you know what it is, right? So we all know that as individuals, there are things that drive us. Now, obviously, I think, you know, we're not in this state, but we move on. So all the things that you said, I mean, you know, we know that individually there's a lot of reasons why we do things, and if we step back and think about it, we can always tie it back to one of these things. Yeah. So the thing is, it's not just as simple as, I guess, what these elements are. We are also driven by our values. Yeah, I think somebody mentioned values, I thought just now, yeah. And values really come about through our own experiences, our upbringing, the environment that we're in. Yeah. Our values will probably dictate whether we tend to prioritize the individual, yourself, or maybe a few people, or whether you really think about the greater good, think about, you know, people at large. I have a story that I like to recount. It's about a politician in this country. It's an okay story. But there was this one politician, still active, very old school. And the story I was told as to why he got into politics was very interesting. He was a young officer in the Ministry of Finance when he started in the civil service, right? And so one day he was in Kedah, and the minister was doing his rounds as they often do. Yeah. At that time, I think it was Tundaim. And so they visited this kampung, and during the rounds, there's this one, I think it's in Lombok. There's a dilapidated bridge. Yeah. A bridge that is really unsuitable to be used. And so the minister asked the kampung folk, he said, you know, what is this? Why is this bridge in such a bad state? And they said, well, we've been asking for it to be repaired, fixed, but nothing has been done yet. Yeah. So the minister turns around and says, give me a piece of paper. Scribbles. Sila baiki jambatan examination. Right? The next time they visited, done. No. Let's not delve into the, you know, why does it take, you know, the minister to make things happen and all that. But the point is that incident actually left a very strong mark in this young civil servant. He said, if I was a politician, I could do that. I would have the power to make good. And this young civil servant came from a very poor family. You know, we start giving hints already, you know, from Kelantan, from Bachok, right? First time he went to university in Melbourne was the first time he ever left his kampung. Got dragged, got pulled into the cemetery and left there in the middle of the night and he wanted to leave, right? So he looked and he said, if I was a politician, if I was, you know, someone with authority, I can make lives better for people. So till today, and he's still in the service, I'm in the names, but I'm sure some of you can guess who he is. You know, his drive is to serve. Anyone want to guess who it is? Yeah? I joined him in NEAC for a few months before he moved to higher education. And at his farewell lunch for EPU, I still remember what his words to the staff were. He said, you have a responsibility. What we do is a responsibility to the people, serve. Right? So from his experience then, his own upbringing, hardship, you know, he's driven by the greater good. So he sees what can I do to make a difference for people. Right? So, but again, there's no right or wrong. You know, the point is, and students, please absolutely, I'm sure you've got the gist of this by now. There is no right or wrong in life, right? Whether if there are times when you have to prioritize yourself, but one would think that more often than not, we would like to think of the greater good. Why do we do anything? Capital W, we. So it's no longer individuals. Why do we do anything? Yeah. In no particular order, it might be a sports team, a project team, maybe a country, could be UNITA, could be one of the faculties. What gets a group of people to do anything? Yeah, I think we talked about individuals. It's, we all have our reasons, right? And we can relate it back to Maslow's. I'd like to think that any group, anything more than one person, actually has a common goal, right? And so goals, objectives, visions, call it what you will, this is what unites, or should unite, a group of people to get things done. There's no recognition of this, we're all in trouble. You should know this one, right? You guys know this, right? Whoever wrote this, university, not in Malaysia or whatever, in the whole universe. I mean, leading innovative social sciences university, full stop. Right? So, in our case, it doesn't matter if you're faculty, we're students, as part of UNITA, we know that this is our goal. Yeah? But we've got to be able to slice that down a bit. What does that mean? We will come to that. This is not an exhaustive list, but I think when we look at goals, a couple of things that we can say about it. Number one is it cascades, right? So to senior leadership of the university, when you look at this, you have a certain view of what needs to be done. As we cascade down to the students, this probably means that it's something a little different to you. You understand the vision, but as a student, how does that translate to you? So goals can mean different, the same sort of statement can mean different things to different people. In that sense also it is situational. It depends where you're at, in the team, what your role is, you have a different view of that. And it's iterative. It doesn't actually ever stay static forever. Yeah. Things will change. Things will change. Things change. Oops. So, how hard can it actually be to get people to work together? Right? It can be 8,000 individuals, 9,000. What does that sound like? I think that's where we stand at now, right? UNITA is around 9,000 students and faculty and management. Could be 30 million. What does 30 million remind you of? Asia, or suburb of Shanghai, right? 600 million? 650 million? ASEAN? Yeah? But if you two individuals, you and your boyfriend, you and your girlfriend, husband, wife. And so how hard can it be? Right? Because earlier, we said, yeah, you have a common goal, sorted. Yeah, you have a goal. Yeah, it can mean different things, but you have a shared goal. So you should be okay. But when we go back to that first slide, or the second slide, it becomes the title slide, we each have our own motivations. Right? So are we really all the same? Obviously, the answer is no. Right? But what is crucial, doesn't matter what level you're at, that you view the goals, we must ensure that there is clarity of the vision. You must understand what it is, and then you must believe. If it doesn't mean anything to you, then it's just words, and it's really not your goal, not your vision. Right? If you're not clear as to what it is, good luck. You go and do whatever you want to do, and at the end of the day, you get kajang instead of government. It's nice that's kajang instead. Okay? But having clarity is not good enough. Right? If you have clarity, you sit there and say, yeah, that's what it is. we need commitment to make it happen. Now, if you don't believe in something, you're not going to commit yourself to doing it, right? It's words. Somebody else's words, not mine. Yeah. Can we be told to commit to something? Not sure. Right? You can be told that this is something that is worth committing to, something worth to be excited about, something worth to believe in. We are so excited about the launch of the iPhone 7. It's the best, most magical iPhone. Right? People always tell you that something is good. Yeah. If you're in an organization, you'll be told that this is the right thing to do. Right? But will you commit to it? And that comes back to whether, honestly, it comes back to whether you believe in what it is that you're trying to do. Right? And none of this has to be super, super big. Yeah? It can be pretty modest sort of goal, but if you do not believe, so many people talk about passion. Passion comes when you have belief in what you want to accomplish, what you want to better yourselves, your family. That will drive you. So what gets in the way? We get in our own way. Right? We're only human. There's so many other things that I can put there, but basically yin and yang. For every person in a team who wants to do something, there's somebody else who will say, nah, that's not what we should do. Not worth doing. Yeah. For everything that motivates one of us to do something, somebody else is going to distrust, disbelieve. Right? So we get in our own way. Right? Now, based on what I saw at last year's graduation, I thought this is a given, you must quote from this one. I know one's not here anymore, but someone tell one that I quoted someone. Yeah? So little uncle, 900-year-old man, so many things that he said, but one of the things which I liked was this one. I think it was from episode 1. 6? 1? 6 episode. Yeah, I'm missing some inside joke here, never mind. But, I mean, to me, it actually does encapsulate quite well what happens. And honestly, what breeds fear? More often than not, uncertainty, not knowing. More often than not, having your own assumptions about something. Making up your mind and saying this is bad for me, right? So distrust, dislike, I don't like this. Takut, don't want. Right? Then you see that, oh my goodness, it's still coming. I have to do this. Marah, anger. I don't believe, I don't want this, I don't want to do this. And yeah, at the end of the day, it's like a misfeeler all over. So, a lot of wise words from a little puppet. But to me, again, in the various sort of roles and opportunities I've had to serve in, actually it's uncanny how true this is. And this is, if there's one thing that maybe I'd like to remind us, life actually is very simple. Don't overcomplicate things. If you step back, and often we will forget the basics, right? So if you just step back and we're trying to work together as a team, and someone is not gelling, maybe it's as simple as this, right? Person doesn't believe in what it is that we're trying to do. Yeah? So he's not going to be committed, or she's not going to be committed. Right? She may react. She may react because she doesn't want to do it, but maybe this is a project team that you're working on. You have to be in that project. Yeah? And you're told that this is what we have to do. Right? So you can imagine, I don't want to elaborate too much, you can imagine what happens. If somebody doesn't want to be there, doesn't believe in the direction, maybe what the person who's been identified as a team leader says, no, this is how we do it. It has to do. But it has to be done. So let's look at a possible view of the traditional approach on securing commitment to do something, right? The leader sets a strategy, right? The boss will say, this is how it will be. The lecturer says, like this. right? The leaders typically own the implementation of something that you're doing. If it's a change, and if you think about it, anything that we do ultimately is a change, right? So the leader sets the strategy, the leader owns the implementation, and then we are told that this is what we're going to do because I'm a good leader. I'm telling you this is what we're going to do, right? And then we'll have our Gantt charts, we'll have our checkpoints, look at our milestones. We'll do, you've got your role, you've got your role. This is your role. Let's make it happen. I'm the leader. I'll drive this. They may consult. I should hope they will consult. They will ask, okay, so what do you think? But ultimately, the ownership rests with them. The leader has to decide, this is where we're going to go. This is what we're going to do. Yeah. But let's not forget, accountability doesn't mean ownership. Leader can turun kuasa, can delegate the accountability and say, okay, you now have to take care of this project. Yeah. But it can be delegated to me, but I may still not have any sense of ownership of it because I've just been told, you will make this happen. You need to make this happen. This is why it's important. And all the reasons will come up. Yeah. But it's still the leader's sort of ownership. But having said that, I think we can all agree that if you have a sense of ownership, you have skin in the game. You feel that if I do this and it works, I benefit. If I do this, if I study hard, I get good grades, I get employed, I get a good job, my family will benefit because I can give more to provide for them. Yeah. So, ownership, a sense of ownership is crucial to drive anything because that creates a sense of commitment. But traditionally, as I was saying, what tends to happen is you'll find leadership will convince. Because we think, hey, a good leader is someone who's can convince you, when you believe. Right? And I think Steve Jobs was renowned for his reality distortion field. When he's talking, he goes, oh, okay, I must buy 5 iPads, this is the best thing since sliced bread. Leaders will tell you that this is important, this is good, we must do this because such and such and such, yeah. But just being convinced and told, maybe at that moment, you feel that this is good, the right thing to do. But when you leave, you may still not have a true sense of commitment. Because it's still what someone told you needs to be done. Right? And I mean, those with kids, like you tell a child to do something, more often than not, say, no, I don't do it. Because I have to do it. Right? Some of us still like that. Okay? So the open source bit. This is, I suppose, the typical open source thing. Yeah? So probably when many of you saw the topic, this is what you're hoping for. So okay, I got one slide first. Right? So open source, generally speaking, we're talking about the free availability of whatever it is, source code, information. Yeah? And then there's this public collaboration to build. Yeah? So when Linux, when Linux was put together, it was so that programmers can enhance the OS. Just you see something not right with it, you go in. I guess Firefox is another example of that. Yeah. To be true to Wikipedia, I get the definition from Wikipedia, right? So I don't know how many of you remember or had or saw the Encyclopedia Britannica. Yeah. No more. Okay. Everything is Wikipedia nowadays. Right? So let's bear that in mind. What made open source such an effective approach in the traditional sort of technological sort of context? And we've been talking about beliefs and commitment and so on and so forth. How does that translate into this space of generating self-belief, commitment towards organizational team goals? But I think we can still anchor on this thing about the collaborative public nature. That part of the open source, this is what I'm alluding to. Leaders still need to set direction. You cannot have, how many of us are there here? Probably about 50, 60. You cannot have 50 different directions. Someone is still going to be tasked with the responsibility to be the leader. They can consult, they should consult, but they still need to set direction. They need to make sure that it is clearly understood what the required or desired outcomes are. This is leadership. Right? But what we need to start looking at is the shift from that top-down ownership of making things happen to the personal ownership. Right? So I guess what I was saying earlier, in many cases, we have that traditional mindset that the leader, that's why you're the leader. You have to drive things down. If you're a great project manager, then it means you're gonna spell out all the various steps that needs to happen. You will assign the tasks, and then it will get done. Right? But when we talk about open source commitment, one of the key things that you have to come to realize is that after you've done this bit, you need to start thinking about how does everyone actually build that sense of ownership, and not I'm doing what I've been instructed. Even if I believe that it's the right thing to do, but I've been told to do it. So saya yang menurut perintah, just do what I've been told. Right? And I guess to talk about implementation being open source, the other way of looking at it is that the commitment should be open source. Right? So this is it's a mindset shift. But how do we do that? I've lost my notes, so I'm gonna have to bring it. Right now, full disclosure. I want to share that actually this notion came about a couple of weeks ago. I was attending a session with the CEB. This is an organization out of the US, but based all around the world. We are a member of the, this is not a pitch, anyway. We're a member of the Corporate Leadership Council. It's an HR-ish kind of thing, right? And they were talking about open source change management. Right? We do a lot of transformation projects everywhere. Sabraka China is going through one right now. So the ideas that were being shared was in relation to change management. Right? But as I thought about it, I thought this absolutely parallels to just getting commitment, committing to things.